This is Metahuman. We're taking a look at Unreal's take on the next generation of basically photorealistic models and designs for people. It's actually quite incredible, and this is just through the web browser. There is an actual, sort of native download you can do that kind of implements itself into your Unreal Engine SDK. But yeah, this is just through a web browser in order to play around with it and basically test out and see what it has to offer. It's kind of amazing and just incredibly realistic with so many little details, like the hair, nostrils, the little parts of the eye. It really is quite amazing. So you can create a metahuman or use your own. And keep in mind, since this is streamed, that there is obviously going to be, some slow elements to it in regards to loading things. But we're going to pick an individual. We're just going to do Gavin. We're going to take Gavin, and we're just going to play around with it. We'll do a female one after too, just so that we can show off both of them and you can see the different concepts. So we have our character here, and we've got like a preview option. We can just do face ROM, Yeah, lots of different selections. Body technical. Idle animation. And we're just going to pause it because it's weird. And then you can get different options, so you can sculpt. So it's really cool because this very likely is going to be fueling some level of next generation, kind of game and also animation, because I'm assuming this is used in not just gaming applications in the future. It's got a lot more dynamics to it. But you can very easily just sculpt. So something that would take, a long time in the past to do, you can just now simply grab it and pull it. Anyone can easily do this. I mean, it takes a little bit of, I guess, skill to make sure things look realistic and properly proportioned, but anyone can just come here and drag and drop and do things really easily. And there's the move option, so that you can more easily move things. And go wild with like eyes and everything like that. And then there's like blend, so you can blend people together to a degree to create different things. But we're gonna go back to sculpt and we're gonna close that off. And then we've got Gavin here, so let's play around with this. We've got skin. So skin, you can change a lot of the elements of the texturing, doing whatever you want in that regard. You can do, different kinds of texturing for different kinds of scarring. Because, I mean, skin is dynamic, and in games, it's not really usually too porous, but you can do all kinds of different things with the skin texturing and then the contrast of the skin, which obviously changes things. And then the roughness, so you make it soft, and, that's just really neat. And you can add, like, freckles. Or you can add accents to different elements of it. Change the redness. I can see that from here, but yeah, you change like the redness. It doesn't really allow too many wacky things, though, if that makes sense. Like if you're expecting this to be like a wacky sort of like adjustment thing for people, you don't really get that option. And then you can go into the eyes, and this seems simple, right? Presets. But if you really get into it, there are so many eye options that you can do, and then like the detail colors, and then you get into like the blend method, and it just like completely changes how the eye looks to such an incredible degree. It really is absolutely remarkable what they were doing here. And then you can change the different designs, and then even go further and you can do the scalera, and you can change like the tint level of like the whiteness and everything, and the vascularity. It's just, it's kind of wild, and it's just so detailed. And there's lots of things about the teeth that you can change, but it's kind of like weird to change the teeth, so I don't really want to spend too much time playing around with the teeth. Change like the plaque amount and stuff. It's really detailed. Like look at the variation in the jaw, and yeah, that's why I'm saying the teeth adjustments, I find it really unsettling. And then makeup, if you want to do that, lots of different options there as well. See, this is when you get the fun colors, but you don't get this in like the hair or anything like that, which is a bit almost disappointing because you can't go wild, if that makes sense. But you can like, let's do like a purple thing, and then change like the roughness of it and the transparency level and, the metalness and everything like that. You can really go wild on the lips too, and Let's get some like green going on there, and just, we're just doing a quick thing just to kind of show it off. So you get an idea of, what it does to adjust the individual. Looking sharp, looking good. But, this is just to give you an idea of things. And then you can go to the head and, you can really adjust, the different elements of the hair, salt and pepper. Yeah, but like I was saying, you don't really get, like, too many color type options. We'll show that in a sec here once the afro kind of loads in. Or should we do short pulled back? Looking sharp. Anyways, like I was saying, you just kind of get, like, you don't really get much color choice, it seems, or at least I haven't noticed too many, like, actual color options. But the hair looks really good, at least I think so, from, like, because you're zoomed out, right, and it actually does. Well, this hairstyle looks not great, but you know what I mean. The actual design of the hair, I think, is actually quite well done. Oh, why is this looking all? Hair's looking all weird. And then you can change, like, your eyebrows and stuff, getting there. And again, this is not like me filming where it's lagging like this. This is just like because it's streamed over a network, which I think is amazing that you can even stream over this kind of thing. I think you get like an hour of time to check it out. But yeah, you can change the eyelashes, get a big beard going on, There we go. Gorgeous. Then you can adjust elements of that too, kind of see how that mixes in. Facial expressions. And then, of course, you can always have them in like a bit of a preview setup. Kind of being human, obviously. Yeah. Gonna exit out of that. And then mustache, obviously, kind of a big bushy mustache. I do wish they would take some of the hair elements further, but like I said, it's still being worked on, obviously, and still gonna be evolving. And then we got body types, just basic body types, nothing really too in-depth. It seems like they were really focused on, the facial structures as opposed to necessarily the full body elements, and you get like a few different clothing options. Fabric and stuff actually looks pretty good, but yeah, definitely not too many choices, so we're gonna back out here. So this is kind of just what the metahuman that we made is. So let's leave. Oh yeah, and then you can choose the environment, indoor, outdoor, and you can just see how the setting sort of impacts that. We're gonna back out of this particular setup and go back to my metahumans, and we're gonna give the gal a whirl here. Yeah, it's really, really neat. So we're gonna jump into to Vivian here on this one. And again, you can do all kinds of customization to change them however you want, and you can do duplicates. We're just taking a look, the dynamics here of this particular character that I was adjusting and kind of learning the different settings with. And it's just kind of sort of nuts, the look of them and what they do. Like, it's a lot more lifelike, if that makes sense. And that's a big thing here, is them, kind of adjusting to the modern era and just doing some insanely wild things with, basically characters and that. And I think this is going to really fuel an exciting, experience into the future, because it's a weird background. Silhouette. Why would you want to do silhouette? But you know what I mean? Like, we're going to see this kind of like quality and stuff in games, and it's really just a huge upgrade over what we've done in the past. And oh geez, ray traced. Epic. And I think it's just kind of like really taking us to that next step. High, medium, ray traced, RTX. You change the LOD density. This one's fun too. But obviously you would be adjusting the presets so that you can kind of deal with how your game is going to run in that. It's really, really interesting. And then the blending format, if you want to do that. I'm going to do that though. I don't know if we want to adjust the hair, but seeing again the sculpting, and it's just really neat, the subtle little changes and stuff that you can kind of make to characters, and it's just really quite neat. And then really changing it to whatever sort of design you want. And the whole point of this was just kind of to preview this and kind of talk about it a bit, because it's a really neat sort of piece of technology, at least I think so. And I think there's a lot of potential with this. When I first saw the videos, I was like, this is really fascinating, you know? Like, this is really that next generation of individual, like, quality and design and character. It seems very lifelike. I think we're really moving into that next level of surpassing or or dealing with the uncanny valley effects. At least I think so. It's unlike character designs and stuff we've ever seen, and the applications for this, you know, outside of, like, we look at it from a gaming perspective, or at least I try to, but just the other applications of this, I think are really neat, because basically, you know, I've been able to create whatever kind of character I want, you know, in a few minutes, basically. Some people could really go intense and use, like, reference points, and you could make, you know, these characters based on, like, other people and stuff, and it wouldn't take you long. And I just think at this point, hopefully more, like, body options and additional, like, coloring options and stuff would be really cool. But I think they have, you know, the smaller details down really quite beautifully. You know, just like the eyes are insanely detailed. The, like, nostril hair and stuff. Like, it's silly maybe to some people, but it's really fascinating. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Metahumans. Be sure to like the video. Questions stuff cool. Subscribing is awesome, and yeah, can't wait to see applications of stuff like this in the future. That's for sure.